Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. I was tagged in a really cool video about asking me about 5 knives that make me happy, and I wanted to reply to that. I got tagged in that video. Well, the original video was started up by Michael Elmer from Crazy Sharp Knives, and he tagged a bunch of people, and then they tagged some people. So Behind the Edge tagged me in that video, and I wanted to reply to that, and I'll tag 5 more people in my video as well. But I kind of wanted to talk about 5 knives that make me happy. So the way I'm going to categorize this is, I'm going to try to leave the sentimental value parts out, in the sense of, because you could do 5 knives that mean a whole lot to you, and you could do 5 knives that bring you good memories and joy and all, because every knife has a story behind it, right? So I mean, as a kind of a honorary sort of a thing just to think about, this is the knife my dad gave me. Actually, it was a knife he bought before World War II. It's almost 100 years old. This is a knife he bought in the Netherlands when he was in the Danish Boy Scouts. It's a Braccialetto and Guylo kind of knife. I've had to reprofile the edge because I think whoever attempted to sharpen it for my dad totally destroyed it. But I've worked over it over the years and reconditioned the leather. The leather was so dry. But yeah, that's a lot of memories. But I don't use this knife. I don't carry this knife. I don't do anything. It's a good memory, and I have it as something special, and my boys want it. So it brings a good memory, but it's not necessarily bringing me joy. So I want to go into the knives that actually bring me joy. And it's kind of a weird collection. Some of them are old, some of them are new. But these are the knives right now that make me bring me joy. The first one is going to be kind of one that seems kind of anticlimactic. It's the Knives Sakshi. This is a knife I've had for a long time. It was one of my first WWIIs that I got. It's 20 CV blade steel, JG10. Nothing special about it. Titanium liners. I mean, you look at it and you kind of go, oh, okay. But what makes me happy about this knife, this is one of the most fidgety knives that I enjoy carry, and just sometimes when I want a knife that I can just fidget with all day long, I can just fidget left and right handed. This knife right here is just so much fun to fidget, and I mean, I'm talking like it's a fidget magnet for me. I really enjoy using this knife, and it really does make me happy because it's a knife that just is a lot of fun to carry. It's a deep carry. I love the shape of it. It feels comfortable. But it's a fun knife to just fidget with. And I don't know. I don't know really the reason why, but it really just makes me happy to have this knife as a fidget toy. So that's my first one. The second one is kind of a newer acquisition. It was one that I got a chance to check out from Quiet Carry. This is the new Drift LC. And I was given it, a chance to carry this to kind of do a knife review for them, which was kind of an exception. And I was really excited about that. And so I did, and I loved it so much. I always said, can I buy this? Because I don't want to send it back. And I've really enjoyed this knife a lot. The action on this is phenomenal. Now, I like the 9, their other 9, all that stuff, but this brings me joy just because of the shape, the fidget factor that's in this knife for me is really what does it for me. And I love the orange and black. Orange is one of my favorite colors, right? And so I like this color combination with the black titanium in the back and the LC 200N steel, which, super LC 200N, really great saltwater resistant. But all that being said, I just like this knife. I like the way it functions, it drops, its action, and I have enjoyed carrying this a lot. And it brought me a lot of joy just using. You can see it's still dirty, it's got stuff all over it. But yeah, it was one of those knives that I felt really, honored to be able to get a chance to review it and do all that stuff. But then I liked it, and I enjoyed carrying it. I enjoyed, I had the black scale at first, and then I got the orange and black, and I really loved the color of it, and I like carrying it, and I enjoy just flicking it. I mean, so much so that, my wife and family hate it, right? So that knife really brought me a lot of joy. It's more of the ability to be able to have a chance to handle it before it really kind of, a lot of people had a chance to get their hands on it. And that was really, really cool and a big honor for me. So I think that, and the fact that the action and the feel and the shape of the knife was just so great. So I don't know, it's just a culmination of all of that. It just brings me a lot of joy. And I still love just pulling this knife out, and I can just flick it all day long nonstop. It's crazy, right? You know, you can just keep going with this knife, and I enjoy that. I enjoy everything about it, and it's executed well. But besides that, it's a knife I can't put down when I carry it. All right, so the next one, my third one. This is a knife when I was thought of sharp by design, there was always one knife that I wanted, ever since I saw other reviewers review it, and it was this Evo Typhoon. And now I've had the Mini Tempest, I've even had the Mini Evo, but this Evo Typhoon, this shape, this size, this is the knife that I always wanted. And when I found out there was a drop of this, and I didn't even know about it, I can't tell you how excited I was. And the review and the opening of this box, I mean, I was just super excited. I think for this one and this one, I was probably, those were my two. I was afraid that I was going to get like a little too over the top because I was so excited about them. But this knife is everything I hoped it would be, has all the action that I wanted it to be, and I have really enjoyed this knife a lot. So yeah, this knife brings me joy. Joy because it feels like it's one of those grill knives you want it forever. And I never thought I'd have a chance to get it. I didn't even know Brian Nadeau was going to re-release this. And so when I found out and it was available and I could get one, yeah, that was just super exciting. That was like a surprise. It was like a birthday, Christmas present put together in one. It still brings me a lot of joy just to carry and to have in my collection because, you know, if I think of one sharp by design knife that I want in my collection, this is it. And to be able to get a hold of it, I honestly didn't think I would ever be able to get this in my collection. I thought it was one of those I just would never get. So yeah, this one brought me, it still does, bring me a lot of joy carrying. And a lot of these knives I have to almost force myself not to carry at times, right? All right, the next one that brings me incredible joy is this one right here. It's the EMP EDC Relative. I really, really, really like this knife, okay? Now, there's a lot of other knives that I really enjoy. Don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of them that could take this honor, but this one I have enjoyed. It is probably the best EMP EDC, and I've owned a bunch of Nimbles and Nimble X's and stuff, but this one is just so much fun to carry, and the ergonomics, everything about this, and I love the look, and this is 20 CV. I loved it so much I bought a drop point in black, all blacked out, L-Max and a drop point. So yeah, I never buy two of any knives ever, and this was the one knife I made the exception in. That's how much I've enjoyed this knife. It's still up there for probably the knife of the year for me. I really, 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 really like this knife. It's comfortable, it's ergonomic, it's fidgety, it's knife that I have zero issues with, and I enjoy front flipping, I enjoy reverse flicking, thumb hole flicking, I mean everything. It's just so nice, and it has a beautiful detent. And what brings me joy, I don't know, it's the shape, the look of this knife. This is, when I think of a folding pocket knife with titanium texture, this knife is what brings me the joy of what I think the knife should be, like this. And every time I have and carry and use this knife, that's the case for me. Now I put cage ceramic ball bearings, skiff cage ceramic ball bearings in there, washers. Yeah, that made this even more phenomenal. It was amazing. Yeah, so I've enjoyed that. And so as you can see, one of them is like, it's just a fidget friendly knife that I love to take out and carry, and it's not anything super wow, special, whatever. This one was just because of the fact that I got a chance to review it, and then I enjoyed it so much, and I love the colors, and it just kind of all came together, and to me, that made it a little special. And then you've got one of these Grail knives that I could never find, you know, and I was so excited to get this in my collection. I bought the Mini Evo, and it was small, and it wasn't quite exactly what I wanted, and I'm sure if I got another one, it would be phenomenal. But this is what I had been looking for. This is the size I wanted, and I was just so excited to get that. And then of course this has been one of those knives that I have enjoyed carrying over and over and over and over. So yeah, there you go. There's the four right there. All right, so what is the latest one? So right now, my top five, right? This is gonna be number one, and it's a pretty new knife, but it is probably the fanciest knife that I have ever gotten. And it is a knife that I've wanted because I actually got the production version from Urban EDC. And it's made by a particular South African knife maker. And So all that made it special when I saw that there was one available that I could actually get. It's the Purple Fat Carbon Trevor Burger Custom Urban LC, or XL, sorry. This is the Urban XL. So this is a full custom, full hand ground, hollow grind, everything. So everything about it's beautiful. So as I'm pointing all this stuff out, this is all the beautiful parts about it. But having had it for a few days, this is what I had hoped for a custom knife to be. Don't get me wrong, I have some other fantastic semi-custom, custom, mid-tech knives that I love, but this is, yeah, this is that special. I have not regretted. It's probably the scariest purchase, but I've not regretted making this purchase. I am so excited to have it, right? So I love this knife, everything about it, everything that I hoped it would be, it has been. Everything that every expectation I've had, it's met, and it's exceeded all of them. And it's even lighter than I can imagine. The construction, the chamfering, everything on this is just, all that made it just enjoyable. It wasn't, there was no distractions, right? You didn't buy it and go, oh man, I can't believe, you're regretting it. There was no, it wasn't regretful. And the action is just, it is what I would expect when you make this kind of investment, you make this kind of purchase. It's everything you would expect out of something like that. And it is. It is that exactly. And more. So yeah, I think this would be probably one of the knives right now that's bringing me the most joy. Now, all of these bring me joy and I love carrying every one of them. But right now, yeah, this is a whole new realm for me, but I'm enjoying this so much, and it just brings me joy. It brings me joy just to have this and to use it and to fidget with it, just to carry it. You look at it and you review it and you're like, yeah, this is great. This is fantastic, right? So anyways, all these knives bring me joy because I enjoy these knives. I enjoy carrying them, and I will carry them. I don't, for me, and it doesn't have to be for everybody else, but for me, the joy in my collection is knives that I get to carry, knives that I get to have in my collection, that I get to enjoy and experience, right? So these knives are that for me. They are that sort of collection where I'm getting to enjoy them. But there's a story behind them. Many of these, there's a story because either history, one of these I bought off of Amazon at a really great price, and it, I think it's probably going to be discontinued at some point, but I enjoy it. Enjoy the ergonomics, the honor of getting a chance to review a knife. You feel like, wow, the fact that they were willing to do that, and then finding a grail that you've never thought you'd be able to find again, and you didn't think you'd get a chance at owning. And then finding a knife that you've always loved the nimbles, but there was just one little thing that was always bugging me, was the flipper. And this is like the perfect design for everything that I was hoping a knife would be. And the action is phenomenal, it's snappy, but I just enjoy it. It's just so comfortable. It's like, it felt like it was designed for my hand, right? So all that is really, really fantastic. And then of course, you have the custom. You want to have that experience, and you're not sure, is this going to be one of those you buy and you go, well, maybe I'm supposed to like it, right? Because I bought some knives that I thought I'm supposed to like, because everyone has these. These are knives, we collectors, we knife reviewers, we're supposed to have in our collection. They're knives you're supposed to have, if you're going to do this seriously. And those knives were very disappointing in some ways for me because they weren't what I expected them to be, but I think I had false expectations, and I was bending my ergonomics, my desires, my interest, my things that I enjoy in a knife to fit what I thought everyone else said I should fit, and not just allow my tastes to dictate my purchases and my knives. And this is in my area. This is in my wheelhouse. These knives fit my personality, and I feel at home with these knives. I feel comfortable with these knives, and they bring me joy. They really do. They bring me a lot of joy. Right now, there's a lot more knives that bring me joy, but these are probably my top 5 right now. And there's reasons for that, right? Reliable. A knife that you got the chance to look at and it was more than you hoped for, and it's just so frigid friendly and so many wonderful things. A grail that you found and it's fantastic, and a knife that you've always wanted to like, and you found this is just probably, as far as non-stop fidget, I don't know. These are all up in the air here, right? And then as far as a full custom, you know, you're not sure, would you ever do that? Is it ever worth it? I can tell you, if everybody has an experience like I did with this one, you would not have a question about, is it buying a custom worth it? But it didn't hurt that I got a chance to do the Urban EDC LC, the production version by Riot, and know that I liked it, and it was a smaller version, and this was the LC XL, the larger version, and I figured at 8 inches this would be perfect, and it is. It absolutely is. Trevor Berger is a genius. He really is. This is phenomenal. So yeah, these are 5 knives that bring me joy. They really do. Right now, these are the 5 knives that bring me the most joy. I can't tell you they're the only knives that bring me the most joy, but they are the ones that bring me the most joy. And I'm super excited to share that. I thought about this like all day after I got tagged in that video. I really wanted to make sure, were these the knives that I thought about? I mean, because knives came in and out of my head. You know, I love my McNees. I really do enjoy that. I love my Chavez rendition, the kickstop. That one is really phenomenal. I love the 2 knives my wife bought me for our anniversary. You know, those are amazing. There's more. My Whippersnapper is phenomenal. It's up here in quality with this knife, right? But this one is, you know, if I hadn't made this purchase, the Whippersnapper would definitely be here, right? But this right now is one that's just bringing me so much joy. And the Whippersnapper is not less of a knife compared to this. It's just a different knife and a different sort of enjoyment, right? And I think after a while, the Whippersnapper will be right out here, and I'll be enjoying it as much. But right now, this is just that. So yeah, okay, well, those are my thoughts. I don't know what you guys think. You let me know. I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts, some knives that bring you joy. What are they, you know, and how have they changed over the years, right? And I want to thank Michael Elmer. He's the one who started this again. He restarted it, and then he tagged some people, and they tagged some people. And so then Behind the Edge, he tagged me on this one. And so now I'm going to go ahead. I want to tag Javon's Knife Addict Life. And I'm going to tag the Last Ranger, the Mind of Milton, and Blades and EDC, and What's the Point EDC. So I'm going to tag those 5 guys. They'll be in the comments down below. But you know, let me know what your thoughts are on this. Let me know what you think about these knives. What are your knives that you think about? Hey, if you enjoyed this video and you found it interesting, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows me to grow, be able to do more things, have more content, do more things for y'all, and just make more stuff, right? And if you've done all that, maybe hit that notification button so you can be notified of future releases. That's for anything that you found fun, interesting, worthwhile, or entertaining. I would really appreciate that. And if you've done all that, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.